We will proceed in pseudo calculus problems. Okay, so we are pursuing discussion in pseudo calculus problems, and we have taken another example. Anyway, we have not closed the circular area that we have been calculating, but anyway, little bit kind of hiatus, and then we have another one, that is, if I have a line, then what is the equation of a line that is perpendicular to it? If I have a line, if I have a line, then what is the equation of a line that is perpendicular to it? Okay, so I believe the kind of question is pretty clear. If I have a line, then what is the line equation of a line that is perpendicular to this line? Okay, so what is the line for which we are trying to find the perpendicular line equation? Okay, so our line is this. Okay, so our line is this. I'm sorry, this is x-axis. Our line is this. If this is the equation of a line, what is equation of the line? The equation of a line is y equal to x square. This is x-axis, then equation of the line is y equal to x square. What is meaning of y equal to x square? Y equal to x square where x is greater than 0. This is origin. This is x-axis, and this is this is y-axis. This is x-axis, and this is the line. Y equal to x square is the equation of line. Can I find a equation of a line that is perpendicular to this line? What do you mean by perpendicular to this line? Perpendicular to this line means if I take x, consider there is another line that is perpendicular to this line is this line. Okay, this is the line, this is perpendicular to this line. Consider like that. Now take any point on x-axis, consider this point is x. In that fashion, it will go up and hit another point here, and that is y. This is height is y, and this is x. This point is x comma y. This point is x comma y. X comma y. This point is x comma y. In that fashion, at this point, that is x comma y, if I take the line direction, line is not a straight line. It is moving everywhere. At point x comma y, at point x comma y, if how I know that line has what direction? Perpendicular line is the question. What is the line that is perpendicular to this line? How I know that line is what direction? If I take this line, then everywhere line has same direction, straight line. Whereas there is no straight line here. How I know that at any point x comma y, what is the direction of this line? I take tangent at that point. If there is a point called x comma y, I'll take a tangent at that point. This tangent is varying everywhere. Tangent direction is varying where. Now, if I take any point and tangent at that point, this shows the direction of the line at that point. Everywhere, direction of the line is changing. If that is the case, consider this. This is a line, and if I take tangent to this line is tangent to this line at every point. Tangent to a straight line is along the line only, and everywhere tangent line is same to the straight line. But for the curved line, everywhere tangent line is different. I believe it is all right. Now the idea is if I take x, point x, then I hit here point x comma y. At that point, I have a tangent here, that is the direction of the line at comma x comma y. If I say that this is the line that is perpendicular to this line at same x, if I proceed, then I hit here point called x comma y. And this x comma y, I take a tangent to this line, that is the same direction. That line and this point, this line, they should be at 90 degree to each other. This is what I am saying. If I have any line y equal to fx function over x, what is the equation of another line that is at 90 degree? This is the simplest I am asking. What can be toughest? Toughest can be many more things. Next toughest will be what is the equation of the line that is at 30 degree from y equal to fx. Okay, I believe it is all right. 90 degree I have said because it is easy. Now, if I have a line y equal to x square, what is the equation of a line that is perpendicular to this line? Means, if I take any point x comma y and there I see the direction of the line y equal to x square, that is by calculating the tangent at that point, tangent y equal to x square at that point, if I calculate in that fashion, then if I claim that there is another line that is perpendicular to this line at same x, if x at same x, if I take tangent on that line, this line and that line, they should be at 90 degree to each other. Do you have an example? We have given an example in the past video. If this is x axis and there is a line called y equal to x, this is at 45 degree from x axis. If I take a line that is y equal to minus x, then this will be the line y equal to minus x. This is x axis. This is y equal to x. This is y equal to minus x. Means if x is 10, then y will be minus 10. These two lines are perpendicular to each other. How you say like that? Take any point x and go up and touch here x comma y. At this point, see the line direction. Line direction is straight. Similarly, same point x, go here and touch here. At this point, take the line direction. Line direction is there. So at that point where same x is touching here, same x is touching here. At this point, what is the line direction? This point, what is the line direction? Those directions should be at 90 degree to each other. Every moment if I take and go along, at that moment tangential line should be at 90 degree to each other. This is 90 degree to each other. If I take parallel line, every moment it is 90 degree to any point. Okay, this is called perpendicular line. If I have a line, now question is, if I have a line, if I have a line, if I have x axis and this is y equal to x square, then what is the equation of a line that is perpendicular to this? If I claim this line is looks like, right? See, this looks like perpendicular to it. If I take this, claim this line is perpendicular to this line, if I take any point x and go along, it hits here. This point I take tangent line, this line, this line. And now same point x, if I go down and touch here, this point tangent line. Now this tangent line, if I move here parallel, then it should be perpendicular at this point. It is exactly perpendicular. Now take another point. Take this point. Then it is like this tangent line. Now tangent line if I bring then down, then doesn't look like perpendicular to each other. It makes angle that is less than 90 degrees. I have to find equation of a line that is perpendicular to y equal to x square. That is the question mark. Okay, thank you very much. Can you proceed upon it? Okay, I'll proceed upon it. Consider now how I can go along. When we talk about this is pseudo calculus problem, means easiest way I have to think about the solution. If I have a line, if I have a line, the line can be represented as a vector. Any line can be represented as a vector. If I have a line y equal to x, then I can take any point on this line and can represent. If I have a line If this is x-axis and this is a line y equal to x, let's take any point here x comma y. Let's take any point here x comma y. This is the equation of a line that is y equal to x. What is the vector representation of this line? If I take any point, this line passes through origin and point x comma y. The vector representation of this line is xi plus yj. Xi plus yj. I mean, if it is passing through a point called 2 comma 3, then 2i plus 3j. I believe it is all right. Xi plus yj, when a line is passing from origin and point x comma 0. I'm sorry, point x comma y. Xi plus yj. Okay, if line happen to a curved line, we have talked about it millions of times. Okay, so someone can watch our previous video. So if there is a curved line and it is passing through origin and another point is x comma y, what is equation of this curved line? What is equation of this curved line? Okay, if I take the equation, if this is point is x comma y and through origin, if I take a straight line, then the equation of this vector equation of this straight line xi plus yj. What is the vector equation of this curved line? Then xi plus yj, there what is difference between a straight line and a curved line? In a straight line, y by x everywhere it is same. Where in curved line, y by x, y by x, y by x everywhere it is different. That's why it is a curved line. So whatever vector representation we are making, that is y by xi plus yj, there it should be y by x, because y by x is variable in curved line. I take out x and it becomes I plus y by x j, bracket close into x. This is the vector representation of a curved line. I plus y by x, because y by x is variable, j, I plus y by x j, bracket close into x. Okay, this is the anyway. We will proceed now. Now the question is arising. This is called vector representation of a curved line. What is the vector representation of any tangent on the line? This is what we are looking right now. What is vector representation of a tangent of what I said, I plus y by x j, bracket close into x. If I go beyond it, then division will become differentiation and multiplication will become integration. I plus dy by dx j, bracket close into dx. This is typically called length vector. Length vector means if I calculate magnitude of this, I'll get length of the curved line. I plus dy by dx j into dx. Anyway, we are not looking for length vector. What we are looking is that if this is a curved line, what is the equation of this line in terms of tangential vector? Every moment, what is tangent? If I on this line, if I have a point here called 2 comma 3, if I have a point here, okay, I'll take it even straightforward. Consider this is x-axis. Consider this is x-axis, and then there is a line called y equal to x. What is the equation of this line in terms of a vector? Okay, there one solution of this. I know that y by x, everywhere y by x is constant for a straight line. If I take x as 1, if I take x as 1 and it go up and hit a point, then this height will be y by x. Makes sense? If I have a line equation, y equal to 4x, then y by x equal to 4. In that way, if line equation is y equal to 4x, if I go along x, this is origin. If I go along x-axis and then this point is 1, if I go up and hit a point here, this height will be y by x. Y by x means this point is 1 comma y by x. Makes sense? Then vector equation of this line will be I plus y by xj, because it is passing through a point called 1 comma y by x. Vector equation of this line is I plus y by xj. This is another form of talking about a line, of a line in a vector form. Similarly, if I have x-axis and I am saying that there is a line, straight line, that is passing through a point, the straight line that is passing through, consider this is 1. What is the equation of this curved line in form of a vector? That is under question mark. What is the equation of this line? How I can represent this line in form of vector? As a length vector, we have seen that is I plus dy by dx j bracket close into dx. If I calculate magnitude of it and then magnitude of it, I'll get the length of a curved line. Okay, what can be the way that we started discussion? One discussion we started that if I take any point x here, if I take any point x here, and then this point will be y. If I take any point x here, this point will be y. If this point is x comma y, then vector representation of this line is I plus xi plus yj. If I take this point as 1 comma 0 and hit here, then this point will be 1 comma y by x. Okay. Now in that fashion, the vector representation of this line will be I plus y by xj. Okay, these are pseudo calculus, means we try with the simplest example. Idea is I have to, if this is a curve line, then I have to find a line that is perpendicular to this line. First, I'll represent this line through vector, because calculating perpendicular vector to one vector is easy. If I have vector xi plus yj, then what is perpendicular vector to this? Then xi plus yj, if I have vector, I am trying to calculate perpendicular vector to it. Consider that is alpha I plus beta j is a perpendicular vector to it. Then alpha I plus beta j dot product with xi plus yj will be 0, because it is easy in vector. So first we will represent the line through vector, then we will calculate another vector that is perpendicular to it, and then reform that vector into equation of line. Line, vector, perpendicular vector, and then line. This is the algorithm we are following. So if this is x-axis, if this is x-axis and this is a line equation, then I'm trying to remold this line equation in terms of vector. If this is x and if I go hit here and this is y, then this point is x comma y. If that is the case, then this line is passing through origin and point x comma y. Vector representation will be xi plus yj. In that way, if I say this is 1, then it will go hit here and this point will be y by x. Why we are bringing y by x, y by x, y by x? Because for curve line, y by x is variable. So we have to bring concept in y by x. In length vector, many times we have talked about y by x. Y by x is variable in curve line. In that fashion, if this is 1, then this point will be, height will be y by x. This point will be 1 comma y by x. This vector equation will be I plus y by xj. Okay, it is exactly same as xi plus yj. Exactly same as xi plus yj. How come you are saying that I plus y by xj is same as xi plus yj? Certainly not. One has magnitude of x square plus y square square root, and one has magnitude of 1 square plus y square by x square and a square root. Both are different. One will become a square root of x square plus y square by y. One is a square root of x. Let's talk about direction. So I believe it is all right now. If I talk unit vector, direction vector in this direction, then both are same. I plus y by xj is exactly same as xi plus yj. If I just talk about the direction, I am not bothered about magnitude, then it is all right. So in that fashion, so the length vector what we started, I plus dy by dx j bracket closed into dx, it is same as I plus dy by dx j if I talk about the direction. So now for the curve vector, same thing we will take a point here 1 and it will go up and it will hit a point here called y by x. where y by x is variable. It is not constant like a straight line. Okay, whatever it is. If I take 1 here and go up and hit a point here, this point will be 1 comma y by x. At this point, what is y by x? I believe it is alright. The way we started for the straight line, what is the vector representation of a straight line? Take 1, go up, hit here. This point will be 1 comma y by x. Then vector will be I plus y by xj. Okay. Similarly, for a curve, we will do same thing. Pseudo calculus means if you get a different problem, difficult problem, try with a simple case. If I am trying to find the vector representation of this curve line, start with the simple line. Simple line, take length as 1 and go up, and this point will be 1 comma y by x, and then this will be I plus y by xj. Similarly, here also try to same thing. Take 1 here and go up and hit here. So vector representation of a curved line is I plus y by xj. But y by x is not constant. Everywhere y by x is different for a curved line. If someone is not satisfied with it, let's go along with the length vector only. That is I plus dy by dxj into dx. Remove the dx because it will, without dx also direction will be same. Or if I go with this fundamental, that if I try to find the vector equation of a line, one end is origin, then other end certainly it will be 1 comma y by x. For a curved line also we will do same thing. If one is origin, another point is 1 comma y by x. But y by x is variable in curved line. If I have y by x is variable and y is a numerator, x is denominator. Numerator is dependent upon denominator. Numerator is a function over denominator. Then y by x will be changed into dy by dx. Y by x will become dy by dx. So vector representation of this line is I plus dy by dxj. Means what is y equal to x square. Dy by dx is 2x. Vector representation of this line is I plus 2xj. What do you mean by I plus 2xj? Try it. Now let's say x equal to 10. It will go hit here. At this moment, if I take tangent line, then this vector equation is I plus 20j. Means it will be like vertical. If I go at 1, x is 1, it will go up and hit here. At this point, if I take a line, vector equation of a line, then it will be I plus dy by dxj. That is I plus 2xj. That will be I plus 2j. Then at point 1 comma 1, even though this point is 1 comma 1, if x is 1, y is 1. So when point is 1 comma 1, it looks like 1 comma 1 means it makes 45 degree from the x-axis. If there is a point on this curve as 1 comma 1, then from origin, if I draw a line 1 comma 1, it will be 45 degree. So the vector equation is I plus j, but it is not true. It is I plus 2j, which it will be little up. When x equal to 1 by 2, then the vector equation at that point, tangential vector equation at that point is I plus 2x j. There it will be I plus j. The vector equation of a tangential line on a line y equal to x square, when x is 1 by 2, where y is 1 by 4, at that point the vector equation is I plus j. I'm trying to find out a line where at each moment whatever the vector we are saying, for that line, for each moment vector what we will get, that will be perpendicular to this vector, this line. This is what we are looking for. So the vector representation of this curved line is I plus 2xj. It is a vector field. Vector is in algebra. It is not a numeric vector. I plus 2xj. I plus dy by dxj. I plus 2xj, y equal to x square. Now, if I know this, then what is the vector that is perpendicular to it? Okay, to find out, let's take that I have another vector that is alpha I plus beta j. Now I'm not talking about unit vector because unit vector will have magnitude of 1, that will be little complex here. Just say I have another vector that is alpha I plus beta j and it is perpendicular to I plus 2xj. If that is the case, then alpha I plus beta j dot product with I plus 2xj equal to 0. In that fashion, alpha plus 2x beta equal to 0. In that sense, alpha equal to minus 2x beta. Alpha equal to minus 2x beta. That way, beta by alpha equal to minus 1 by 2x. Beta by alpha equal to 1 by minus 2x. I believe it is all right. What is beta by alpha? If I am taking a line that is perpendicular to I plus 2xj, that line is alpha I plus beta j, then y component is beta and alpha component is x. In that fashion, beta by alpha is x by y actually. I'm sorry, y by x. What we are getting? We are getting y by x equal to minus 1 by 2x. Now in calculus, in when I know now, consider that another line that we are trying to get for which vector representation is alpha h plus beta j, where beta represents y and alpha represents x. Beta by alpha equal to 1 by minus 2x. If I say beta is y and alpha is x, then y by x equal to 1 by minus 2x. Now y is dependent upon denominator, means y by x will turn into dy by dx. This is pseudo multivariable, pseudo calculus problem. It means how we start with a simple case and we slowly will start getting y by x, y into x. Y by into x we will transform into dy into y by x we will transform into dy by dx. Y into x we will transform into y dx. Now we have y by x. Y by x will become dy by dx. Dy by dx equal to minus 1 by 2x. In that fashion, dy equal to minus 1 by 2 into dx by x. Y equal to minus 1 by 2 ln natural log of x plus some constant. Constant will give offset. That's it. I don't want offset. All right. So what is the equation of a line that is perpendicular to y equal to x square? Equation of a line that is perpendicular to the y equal to x square is y equal to minus 1 by 2 ln x. Can someone believe it? How nicely we got it. First, we represented line into a vector so that calculation of 90° is easy. Dot product of two vectors is 0 if it is 90°. Then we calculated if dot product is 0, then we got another vector alpha I plus beta j. Then we tried beta by alpha, that is y by x. Then it transformed to dy by dx, and then we calculated, integrated it. This came in differential equation, and y equal to minus 1 by 2 ln x. Okay, understood. Can you prove it? Okay, we'll try proving it. First, let's see what is y equal to minus 1 by 2 ln x. If y equal to minus means y means the if this is I'm sorry if this this is x-axis, this is x-axis, the line will be in this quadrant, y equal to minus 1 by 2x. What is ln? What is ln of x? If I draw ln of x, if this is y equal to x square, what is y equal to ln of x? It will be exactly opposite to it. Y equal to ln of x will be like this. Okay, in the quick succession, it will show some spike, but after that, it will go flat only. Ln of x. If I take log base 10, then logarithmic of 1 is 0. Anyway, logarithm of 1 for the natural log is also 0. Logarithmic of 10 is 1. 100 is 2. 1000 is 3. If I go 10, then it is 1, then 100, then 2, then 1000, then 3. It is like that. In that fashion, it will be a flat line only. If y equal to minus, then y will turn as like this. Minus 1 by 2 ln x, even half. And this is the line that is perpendicular to this line y equal to x square. Can someone believe it? The way it is rising in the sky, same way it will be flat in the sky. That's why it is perpendicular. Okay, means initially it will show some sharpness, and then it will become flat. Here, initially it will show mild sharpness, y equal to x square. When between x is 0 to 1, y will have very less. If x is 1 by 2, y is lesser than x, 1 by 4. If x is 1 by 3, then y is 1 by 9. But beyond 1, y start rising like this. Opposite, if I say logarithmic, then y between 0 to 1 or 0 to 10, it will grow till 1, and after that it will be flat. Okay, after that it will be sharp. So they form 90 degree to each other. We will prove it. Let's take, first of all, the proof is what is the vector representation of line y equal to x square. Then it is I plus dy by dxj, I plus 2xj. What is vector representation of a line that is y equal to minus 1 by 2 ln x? The dy by dx is minus 1 by 2 into 1 by x. Now, let's then vector representation is I minus 1 by 2xj. Let's do dot product of these two. One is I plus 2xj and one is I minus 1 by 2xj. If you take, then it will become 1 minus 1, 0. Means every moment of x, if I take x as 2, then the top line is I plus 4j at that moment. Okay, if I take x equal to 2, at this moment, the equation of this line, vector equation of this line is I plus 4j. Similarly, in this line, if I take x equal to 2, then what is vector representation here is I minus 1 by 4j. One is I plus 4j and one is I minus 1 by 4j. Dot product 0. They are perpendicular to each other. Means here if I take a tangent, at this point, and then here I take tangent at this point, then both tangent will be exactly perpendicular to each other. Okay, this is the way pseudo multivariable calculus works. Whatever we start with example, take the simplest case and bring it into yx or y into x, transform it into differential equation, differential division into differential calculus, and multiplication into integral calculus. And then you can calculate integral calculus, and then you can calculate the net result. Okay, I believe it is mind blowing, amazing. Anyway, we will proceed on this. We will see, if I try to calculate 30 degree. Let's say if this is the equation of line, then what is the equation of line that is at 30 degree to this line? Any angle theta. Anyway, so in that we will proceed upon. Please do not mind supporting us. +91 is the India country code, 9483160610 is the telephone number. +91 is the India country code, 9483160610 is the telephone number.